What is going on today, guys? AU here, and today we are taking a look at some things that have been shaking up the competitive community just a little bit. It's been getting talked about a good bit in a bunch of the draft leagues I'm in. BGC has been kind of looking at this a little bit too. But before we get into all that, I do want to say that if you are new here, subscribe. I'm posting Pokemon videos every single day, hopefully every single day this week. Like I said yesterday, I did actually get a puppy, and it is taking up a lot of the time that I have, which is why this is kind of late. I'm a little bit late on this train. Also, I haven't actually been able to make any new teams for this week, so hopefully I'll get those out. Tomorrow should be a draft league video, then Thursday and Friday should be a battle video. Look out for streams too. I'm going to try to stream this week. Like I said, with the puppy, I don't know how long I would be able to stream even if I did, but there's not much to look at today. It's just more of a discussion video, which I actually kind of like doing a little bit. So let me know if you like them too. I kind of like speculation videos. I actually do like a speculation thing for a draft league that I'm actually not in. I just kind of watch in the background, and it's pretty fun. Actually, that video went up yesterday, and there's also another one of those. So if you like these kind of videos, definitely let me know. And since there's not a lot going on, I figured you could watch this little Pikachu rolling around on the screen right now. But like I said, I'm kind of late to this hype train, but it's actually a list of 21 new moves that might be added to the game. And what I'm gonna do is kind of talk about these moves, what they could potentially be. Some of them, the names don't really give you that much information, but some of them are like you can kind of tell what they're gonna be, or kind of make a speculation of what they're gonna be. Always, I'm gonna say take this with a grain of salt. Any other video that you see on this, take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna leave the link to this website in the description if you want to go check the website out. I don't know how credible this is or anything, but regardless of how credible it is, it's really interesting to look at. So that's what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to be pointing out a couple key things that I think about these moves if they are added. Personally, I feel like these moves are going to be Gen 8 exclusive, so like Gen 8 Pokemon exclusive. Now, a bunch of people that I've been talking to, they don't think that. I firmly think that if these moves are added, they're going to be solely to Gen 8 Pokemon until the next game. Once the next game comes out, they could be kind of given to a bunch of Pokemon. But yeah, I think that these are going to be Gen 8 exclusive, kind of like things like Baneful Bunker, Spiky Shield, all those kinds of things. Like Chestnut was the only one that got Spiky Shield, and then next game out, Togedemaru got it, right? So some stuff like that. That's how I kind of think that these are going to be. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. The first, I'm just going to go through the list and kind of point out the ones that I think are going to, from what I think they are going to shake up the game a little bit. You got Expanding Force, Steel Roller, Scale Shot, Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam sounds super strong. Shell Sidearm, which is, I don't, who would even get that? Who's in a shell? That kind of sounds like some of these. Okay, I'm also going to say some of these are going to be Gigantamax and Urshifu moves, I think. Like Shell Sidearm just sounds like G-Max Blastoise's move. So I don't know though, but like that's just kind of how it sounds to me. You got Shell Sidearm, Misty Explosion, which sounds like Galarian Weezing 100%. Grassy Glide, Rising Voltage, Terrain Pulse, which Terrain Pulse is one that we'll definitely talk about. Skitter Smack, Burning Jealousy, Lash Out, which I feel like is Obstagoon 100%. Poltergeist, which obviously sounds like either Poltergeist or Dragapult. I hope that this is not a physical, super duper physical ghost move that Dragapult gets. Corrosive Gas, another Weezing kind of thing. Coaching, Flip Turn, Triple Axle, Dual Wing Beat, Scorching Sands, Jungle Healing, Wicked Blow, Surging Strikes. Surging Strikes kind of sounds like a Urshifu's move to me, along with Wicked Blow. We know that Jungle Healing is Zarude's move. We already know that Zarude is getting a new move called Jungle Healing. It heals like 50% to him and his allies and cure status. It's kind of broken. Too bad it's on a Pokemon that I don't see myself using ever because its ability is trash. But obviously we don't know those stats to that Pokemon or anything yet. So a couple ones I want to talk about here first. As we go down the move slots, Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam, if it is I'm gonna go off the fact that these are gonna be Gen 8 exclusive mods. Meteor Beam sounds like Draco Meteor, Steel Beam, right? It feels like Duraludon. It feels like it could be some kind of like Flying Press move where it's kind of like dual typing. where it's a dragon and steel type move at the same time. But it sounds insane. Maybe I don't even know, maybe like it's a move where if you use Draco Meteor with one of your Pokemon and Steel Beam with the other one, it turns into Meteor Beam. I have no idea. I doubt that's what it is, but like Meteor Beam just sounds like Duraludon is getting this move whenever it's released. And then you got Shell Sidearm, like I said, kind of sounds like G-Max's Blastoise's move. Misty Explosion, that sounds like I don't know. There's two ways that Misty Explosion could work. I 100% think that Galarian Weezing is getting it because it has Misty Surge. Misty Explosion just kind of fits with that. Weezing is known to explode in a lot of the games. It could be Fairy type Explosion, or another cool idea is that it could be a type of move kind of like Burn Up. Like when you use Burn Up, you lose your fire typing and you can't use that move anymore, but it's super strong. I feel like Misty Explosion could be that, and maybe it's like, maybe Misty Explosion is kind of like a burn up that whenever you use it, you lose your fairy typing. Another thing it could do is you explode and kind of get your mist around the field and misty terrain comes up. I'm not sure, but that'd be really, really cool if it was. Grass Glide, I don't really know who would get Grass Glide. Rising Voltage kind of sounds like, who would that be? Who is the electric types we got this gen? I have no idea. Terrain Pulse, that's another one I wanted to talk about. Terrain Pulse, we all know Nature Power, whenever you use it in terrains, it changes to that type. Terrain Pulse to me sounds like a more broken move of Nature Power. It'd be kind of lame if it's the same thing just with a higher base stat, so obviously I feel like there are going to be some more things that happen with that move. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Terrain Pulse is where you set the terrain while doing damage, kind of like the idea with Misty Explosion that I had. But from what I can tell, it's probably going to be a move, maybe like Nature Power, it only hits one target. Maybe Terrain Pulse hits everyone, which would be that'd be kind of cool. So like in doubles, Terrain Pulse would hit both opponents and your ally, so that's a pretty cool idea. I feel like that could be a thing. Skitter Smack sounds like a Greedent move to me. It's like a critter, and then it's always eating. So like Skitter Smack kind of sounds like that. Burning Jealousy, not too sure. Lash Out, like I said, definitely sounds like Obstagoon. Obstagoon is known to be kind of reckless, as its ability is reckless. Lash Out just sounds like it's a super OP normal type move, maybe even a dark type move, but I feel like if any Pokemon got this move, it's definitely Obstagoon. And another thing, it could be like he's lashing out, he's going on a rampage, he could do damage to both Pokemon simultaneously. I had no idea. I doubt that's the thing. But like, just imagine like a base 130, 140 normal type move. Like, that's completely broken, especially if later on things like Slacking get it, or Vigoroth or something like that. Like, that move is going to be completely broken. We talked about Poltergeist. Obviously, I think that Poltegeist is going to get this move, but a lot of people are saying that they think this move is going to be physical, which kind of worries me, because if Dragapult gets a better physical move than Phantom Force, Dragapult's, at this point, I'm not a big fan of Dragapult. I think Dragapult's a great Pokemon, but I think his best thing is a speed tier. If he gets like a base 120 physical Dragon type move, it's game over. This thing is running through teams with Poltergeist. So like, I really hope that that's not a thing. Corrosive Gas sounds like another Weezing kind of thing to me. Galarian Weezing. If you think about Salazzle and its ability Corrosion, it lets it poison and hit steel types with poison type moves. I feel like Corrosive Gas is not going to do damage, but it's going to allow you to poison steel types, which is huge, because if you can poison things like Celesteela, you can poison things like Ferrothorn, all those bulky mons that you can't really break because you can't toxic them. Being able to poison them is so good, because poison does more damage than Leftovers Recovery does. So like, being able to chip them down with poison, it might even be toxic. Like, it might be toxic, you can just toxic steel types. Another thing is, you might can only toxic steel types with this move. Like, you might not be able to actually toxic anything else. You just have to toxic steel types with this move, which would be a little less OP, a little bit more balanced in my opinion. I don't feel like you should just get this move and be able to toxic everybody. If you could only toxic steel types, that would be really cool. And obviously, like I said, I think Galarian Weezing is going to get this move. A couple of the Galarian forms, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of these moves. Next we have coaching, and if you look down here, you can see, as you can see, all the names sound like move names you'd see in Pokemon game, except coaching, which data miners think is almost certainly a placeholder of sorts. I kind of agree with that. I can see where they're coming from, but one of my friends, KJ, actually had a really cool idea about what coaching was, and he's speculating that it's like helping hand, but defensive. So, you know, if you use helping hand, your opponent or your Pokemon gets like a 1.3 times boost on their damage output, I think. Maybe it's 1.5, I don't really remember. But coaching could be that, but like defensive wise, so they get a 0.67 reduction into the damage that would be dealt to them. So that would be really, really cool if that's the thing. Then like, I'm for it. That's an awesome VGC move. I really like that, because helping hand protect has always been like a meme, like, oh, helping hand protect should be like max guard, which it shouldn't, but like it's funny to think of that helping hand only helps with attacking moves, so having that for defense would be insane. And I feel like if that is the thing, having that in this meta with Dynamax is gonna be actually pretty fair, because like Dynamax moves just nuke you. Like there's no switch ins, there's no nothing. Using coaching and then switching into that slot, so you need to switch in something into the slot beside you. You use coaching on that slot, and you switch in that Pokemon, then they've got a pretty relatively safe switch in at that point. Say the Dynamax move usually would have done 75% to you, now it's doing 30% to you, right? So it's like it'll do like 45% to you, but that's a lot better than 75. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pretty cool idea of what coaching could be. Now flip turn is the thing that everybody is talking about, because apparently in the Italian translation, flip turn has something to do with water. Now if you look at flip turn in English, to me flip turn is like gymnastics, karate, all kinds of those things. So I was thinking that it's more of a fighting type U-turn, because it just makes sense. Flipping, water types don't really flip or anything, but like I said, in the Italian translation, apparently flip turn has something to do with water. So it's either I feel like it's either what I'm saying and it's a fighting type U-turn, or it's what is in the Italian version and it is a water type U-turn. And if that's the thing and certain Pokemon get it, like a bunch of people are saying Toxapex might get it, blah 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 blah. Like I said, I think that these are going to be Gen 8 exclusive. Urishifu's coming out. Urishifu is a water type. It could definitely get flip turn. A lot of people saying Dracovish might get it. I don't know if Dracovish is going to get it or not. I'm trying to think of any other water type. Maybe Barraskewda could get flip turn. That would actually be pretty cool. Barraskewda is really, really fast in the rain, being able to pivot out. This would be more of a singles move, obviously. You don't really use U-turn and stuff in doubles. Not really this meta anyways. So, but a water type flip turn, I don't know, it sounds kind of broken, because like water type has a good coverage as ground, rock, fire. What else is there? I feel like that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, but it's neutral to a bunch of things too. So like flip turn, if it has high base power, like say like 60-70 base power, like it's gonna do a lot of damage, especially if things like Inteleon get it. Like Inteleon could definitely get flip turn. I can see that working out if it is the water type move. If it's the fighting type move, obviously that still works for Urishifu because it is a fighting type. There are other fighting types. Man, I haven't looked at Gen 8 Pokemon in so long. I don't know. But if it's the fighting type move, then obviously some fighting types are going to get it. And yeah, that's just kind of how it is. Triple Axle, I don't know, that sounds kind of weird. I can't think of any Pokemon that is based off of like a car. Like Colossal is kind of based off of a train, so maybe Triple Axle is something that gets. I'm trying to think. Like the other thing you would think of like is Klinklang, but that's not Gen 8 exclusive, so I don't know. My theory of it being Gen 8 exclusive again is just a theory. I just feel like that's how it's going to be. Dual Wing Beat is a move that I think could be really, really cool. Maybe something like Corviknight gets it, and it could be like Roar, Whirlwind, Dragon Tail, things like that. Like Dragon Tail right now I think is the only move that actually does damage to you and switches you out. Dual Wing Beat to me sounds like a flying type move that does that it does damage to you while switching you out, because it'd be kind of lame if it was just Whirlwind again. But Dual Wing Beat sounds like it's strong enough to do damage to you and make you switch out at the same time. So that's kind of an idea. Scorching Sands, people were talking about it yesterday. It could be like a ground type move that has the possibility to burn you, which I think is kind of cool. I could definitely see that being a thing. If it is a thing, I'm gonna be pretty upset because I don't want anything else to be able to burn my physical mines. It just seems completely broken. Make it do something to special mines. I don't want it to touch my physical mines, but that might be how it is. Jungle healing, we know already that that's what Zuru gets. Wicked Blow obviously sounds like some kind of, it's either a ghost type move or it's a fighting type move. Ghost type move that just does a lot of damage. Maybe that's what Dragapult gets if it is a ghost type move, and Poltergeist gets Poltergeist, Dragapult gets Wicked Blow if it is a ghost type move. If it's a fighting type move, I'm dumb because I don't remember any of the Gen 8 fighting types. I'm actually gonna look at these while y'all are here, because I legit do not remember any Gen 8 fighting types. Go to Team Builder, add Pokemon, types, fighting. Are there any Gen 8 fighting types? There's got to be, right? The Zamazentas, obviously. G-Max Machamp, but we already know his moves, so that can't be it, right? Surfetch. Okay, yeah, there was Surfetch. They could get some of these moves. Was Surfetch the only... Oh, Phalanx, Graplocked, Clobbopus. Oh, those are all the little ones. So Surfetch, Phalanx, Graplock are all the fighting type moves that could get these moves. Where am I at? These moves. Alright, so a Wicked Blow could definitely go to one of those. I feel like seeing Surfetch with like his leap kind of thing, just pounding you, giving you a Wicked Blow, could be kind of cool. But I feel like, I don't know, if one of them got it, I don't think any of the fighting types really would look to me. Any of the Gen 8 fighting types don't look to me like they would get a move called Wicked Blow. So also another thing I want to say is I don't think that these names are gonna be final. I don't know if these were data leaked or data mined in an English game, but if they were data mined in a Japanese game, then these translations could be a little bit different, because obviously whenever the game's made, the translations aren't always what they seem to be whenever you're first data mining. So these could also not be the exact names. So I don't know, Wicked Blow might not even be the exact name, and coaching and stuff like that. Flip Turn, we already saw it with Flip Turn. Flip Turn in English says Flip Turn, in Italian it says something with water. So like I said, the translations of these might be a little bit off. And lastly, Surging Strikes, I think sounds like an Orishifu move, but I think we know what his move is, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, but it was really fun to kind of go through these moves and talk about it. A lot of them I feel like I got pretty close to what they're going to be. If you want to check out the website, it's going to be in the description, and tell me what you think these moves are going to do, or something that you might, or I might have missed that you want to explain a little bit in the comment section. Definitely do that. But if you did make it to this point in the video, I do want to thank you, and if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.